all. It might be actually a good thing for you guys. We talked last week about doing a Kelly Blue Book activity, and I actually handed out the handouts. Then I told you I added all the assignments to the computer. Well, I forgot to add this one. So we're going to do this. You still got to do it because it's still part of the notebook. What I'm going to do is, if you turn this in as a separate assignment, I'll give you a few bonus points out of the deal. How about that? You already turned one in, so, but if you want to look on with everybody else, that's fine. So, again, we already talked about Kelly Blue Book. We were going to do this as a class. I'd ask you guys to look up a motorized vehicle that you personally would want to drive or buy. The whole idea behind Kelly Blue Book, and if you've never seen this, this might be somewhere, at least you anytime you decide to buy a car, you go for it. Kelly Blue Book used to be called Blue Book because it was about yay big, about that thick, really, really thin pages. And it was every month to 3 months, all the used car dealers in the area would submit documents on, hey, I sold this car. These are the options that were on the car. This is the mileage, this is the condition, and this is what I was able to get for the price. And then they would take that and they would enter it into a program and print it up as a book. And then when a bank was going to give you a loan, they would use Kelly Blue Book for it. This is the car that people use. This is what the prices people use. So it up there, it's up there, okay. Okay, so I would go, look at a price at a car dealership, whether it's a used car, and I really never bought new cars. But you go look at a used car dealership and they tell you the price, and you go to the bank and the bank will put out Kelly Blue Book and they say, this is what we can give you a loan for. But they would use this for a loan value, and often the loan value was a lot less than what the dealership was asking. And they did that on purpose. In that case, you could get a loan for what the Blue Book value was, and if the dealer was not coming down on the price at all, we would get a signature loan for the rest, or we'd have to come up with cash for the rest. But this is a way to check out what the car is worth, and if you're going to sell your car, this is a good place to look. This is what my car is worth. This is what people are paying for this type of car, and you look on here and you decide, yeah, I want to. Now, if you're going to sell your car, you don't have to charge what Kelly Blue Book is doing. Sometimes I had an old Datsun. Before they had Nissan, they used to have Datsun. When I was in high school, I had a Datsun pickup, and Kelly Blue Book said it was only worth like $700 to $800, but I had several people offer me $2,500 for it, which in those days was a good price for a 10-year-old truck. So just because Kelly Blue Book says this is the cost does not mean you have to accept that. Just understand the bank's not going to give you a loan for it. So you keep that in mind. So Kelly Blue Book is, when you get onto it, it's KBB.com. You can get the prices for new or used vehicles. You can look up what your car is worth. Again, it's an estimate. You will never know until you sell. You can actually they constantly update this. I looked on it the other day because they're constantly updating and changing it. But you can get your car value. You can figure out in the area. You can enter your zip code in here, and they will tell you the car dealerships in the area that meet the requirements of the car you're looking for. Okay, but you go by the car that you want. Again, it's got the zip code entered, the type of car, the body type. They can actually give you down to, I've actually gone through here several, not this time, but several years ago, I've gone through here. They will actually go down to the color of the car will affect the price of the car. Cherry red sports cars are higher priced than like faded blue cars. So you look at the cars, you look at the stuff, you decide what you want to do. We got a van we bought about 4 or 5 years ago. And when we bought it, it was, we bought it for $10,000, which is really cheap. But you go through here and you look for the stuff, you can write a review. But when you go through it, you can see the cars for sale and car value. There's actually a spot on here where you can enter the options. Okay. Mileage, I mean, they'll do it all. But what I'm asking you to do on that little handout is look on there and just plug this thing in. And not doing it, I can't tell from here. Well, it's got a spot. This thing is not working that well. But I'd like you to just go on the website and play around with it. This is my whole thing. And as you can, she already turned one in. Look at your car that you were thinking about, that you priced, and you're comparing it to what they're saying here. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. But they update this constantly. This is, I've been doing Kelley Blue Books online as a class assignment for 15 years already, maybe 13 years. They've updated it at least half a dozen times over that period of time, and sometimes it's a major re-update, okay? So just keep in mind that this is out there. You do not have to turn it in if you don't want to. Put it in your notebook to get credit in your notebook, but if you want the bonus points, you need to do it and turn it in so I can give you the bonus points, and then I'll give you back for the notebook, okay? So it's one of those, you're not required to turn it in if you don't want to. If you're not going to turn it in for the bonus points, at least put it in your notebook and you'll get at least one of the 2 checks for the fact it's in the notebook. But if you turn it in for a grade, you get 2 checks for the notebook and you get a bonus points. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And I will grade it, so you're not going to get the full bonus points unless you do it all. Okay, but if you at least put your name on it and put a car type, you get something out of it. Okay, so that's that. Last, stop this.